Well, as you can tell, it's a lovely day in Eugene, Oregon to start off. The bike's all set, we're all ready to go. Headed back to the coast. Then I'm gonna probably stay there until get close to San Francisco. When I get close to San Francisco, that's going to be the date I try and find a way around San Francisco to avoid all the traffic, because after there, it gets a lot worse traffic-wise. But as for this, straight shot out. Hopefully have a great day. Stay away from that nasty traffic. Here's where you start off, heading from Eugene out back west to the coast, because I really want to just ride the coast with the ocean on my right, land on the left, and just head on down the coast. In Oregon, it's very wet out here, so you constantly will have a lake or a really high forest, really dense forest as you kind of go through. It's really fun to kind of go through the hills and the dense foresting, because it kind of it shapes. Every place has its little hills and valleys, and here it's the forest, which is going to be like boxing you in, and it's just fun to ride through, especially because you get out there early enough. You're the only one who's pretty much on the road, and you see nothing in front of you, so you can really just kind of go out and enjoy it, and allow the fresh air to just kind of breeze on past you. It is great riding, and it is fun to do. I mean, it's not for everyone, but hey. The one thing I did find when as I moved out there, just how much, how tall the trees are and how vast the forest is. You don't realize how much of Oregon really is just forest and forest and forest. The whole western end. Tons of logging is done out here. And plus, because it's so hilly, you can just kind of ride along the sides of these hills, and as they wind through it, you can have a whole lot of fun with just thoughts to yourself. And they even, in some points, they have tunnels. Tunnels you kind of go through, your eyes adjust back, boom, just going through and just really enjoying the tunnels and just kind of the scenery of the whole thing, and just really enjoy nature kind of going on. And you're just heading back to the coast, because the coast, it's really kind of not really populated much in between from the interior level where Portland, Eugene is, and then it goes all the way out to where the coastal towns are. Now there's a little stuff here and there, some towns, not really much, mostly the ranchers, just the private estates, nothing really big, so it's all kind of forest. You just drive from one end to the end, and you can just really sit down and enjoy it and kind of see everything that's there. It's well worth it on its own way, just getting out there. Because there's so much to do on the coast, and I just think too many people ignore the ride on out there, because by the time I got out there, there was a whole lot going on. So going up down the Oregon coast, kind of got a nice little fog here. Kind of has a Maine feel to it. If Maine could have a feel, but I wasn't expecting so much woods and trees in the Oregon forest. Should have been looking for Bigfoot. But there's a bunch of state parks and whatnot, and I'm just
some of them have fees, and I'm not into paying a fee for being there like, you know, an hour. But I don't know, well, stopping along the way, I'll stop at some of the small towns and kind of like look and see what's going on. So that's the fun as we head south.
Now, seeing some of the towns, I mean, you just gotta love this area. I mean, it's just, you know, hopefully it's not raining, because it definitely does rain out here.
Well, if you can see out there, right off the bat, there are some like sand dunes in this area. And they're actually interesting in the fact that there's a lot of dune buggies or whatnot. Guess they got a lot of sand, which, you know, is too loose for anything to grow. So they get out the dune buggies and you can do the, they call them the ocean dunes. In fact, there's even a city called Dune City out here. I'm not doing it. I've done dune buggying before, and this is about motorcycle riding.
Finally out there, it's like you really have to kind of get a notice of just how the towns are. The towns are small, but they really like swell during their vacation season, which is their big years. In some places like here, I mean, all those are logs. All those is logging. These are logging towns, some of them. Some of them are vacation, some of them are logging. Some of them are even ranching. So each has their own little bit. And this happened to be the 4th of July, and I'll do a thing later about what some of these towns were doing for the 4th of July in their parades. But that'll have to be at a later date when I have more time to go through some of my footage.
Look at this view. Look at this. This is actually what I was expecting to get, like most of the journey, but it's been through the woods. But now we are definitely on the coast. Definitely on the coast. Yes.
Finally at the coast. This is just the joy. Because on the right is the Pacific Ocean. You got the cliffs and hills of Oregon on the left, and it's time to just go out there and just really kind of ride and really kind of enjoy it. The one thing you'll notice, Winnebagos and RVs and campers, they start to dart out. You just hopefully you don't hit too many of them so it doesn't slow you down, but you can really go out there and you can really enjoy yourself. And you just want to sit back and listen to it. And occasionally the road comes back in and it cuts into the mounds and you get this nice really curvy winding road, which can be a whole lot of fun if you're on a motorcycle. Totally worthwhile. You switch from going out to the back out to the ocean, back in, back out. It's breathtaking and totally worth it, whether or not you're taking it with a motorcycle or you're taking it with your motorhome. I recommend it all the time. The one thing is that all along there, they're just surfers. Those are the only people really enjoying the water. Oh, there's some fishermen out there, but mostly no one's in. The water's too cold. A lot of times the water's just too cold up here in Oregon. You don't get a whole lot of swimmers. And if you do get swimmers, they're only in there for a little bit. They're not in there for a long period of time. They're in there for a little bit. But you get a lot of people who just pull off, walk the beach. You get people who are out there fishing. You get everything out there. And But you do see more people, more water goers in some of the lagoons that come in off the ocean. These kind of like small bays or whatnot. Then people seem to like really kind of like get a little bit more into the water. You see more of the boats. You see more of the just people just enjoying it. You can tell that people really enjoy their towns here. And they are surefire touristy destinations for everyone to enjoy. But just look at the rocks, look at how that goes. Totally worth being out here.
Check it out. Check it out. Here's some of the real beauty of this area. Just check out. So Highway 1, the way it kind of works is, where it starts basically in San Diego, is completely flat. And then slowly let the cliffs just grow as you kind of head north. And this is what it's kind of like for the next, like, I don't know, 100 miles or so. So it's going to be incredible. Totally. And you get people out there who are sitting at the beach. So there's a slight mist haze just off the ocean. Occasionally it kind of drifts onto it. But, you know, not really much out there other than just ocean. So there's not much to see. Just imagine blue. But this is just an extraordinary ride. Extraordinary ride that you gotta enjoy every minute of. Occasionally this has stymied some views here and there, but for the most part still excellent. Still very much excellent.